welcome. I, as the chaplain for the school, ask you to join me in this moment of prayer, that you allow me to collect all of our senses and practice and traditions of faith, all of our understandings of the universe in my simple words. God in heaven, we come to you ever thankful for our charges, these young people, and everything that you have put before them, and every success and joy that you have allowed them to experience, and that our spirits in seeing them happy are a reflection of your grace and love to us, for we have given grace and love to these children. We ask this always for your divine mercy and beneficent gifts. Our lives, our loves, our dreams, and our young people. Amen.
Please be seated. Good evening and welcome to the Baccalaureate service for the class of 2022. The Baccalaureate service derives from the medieval European custom of presenting candidates for the degree of Bachelor, Bacca, with laurels, lauri, of sermonic oration. The Baccalaureate ceremony is no longer a service of worship, but remains one of celebration of and thanksgiving for lives dedicated to learning and to wisdom. The Baccalaureate service is believed to have originated at the University of Oxford in 1432, when bachelor's degree candidates were required to deliver a sermon in Latin as part of his academic requirements, and there were no hers at the time getting degrees. Since the earliest universities in America were founded primarily on a British model, the practice of baccalaureate services was continued, but not sermonic orations at the Petty School. You're probably relieved. The requirement for the sermon did not come down to us from Oxford, but some visible regalia from those times remains. The faculty wear academic robes with hoods denoting degrees and the institution from which they were received. The different colors of the borders of the hood reflect the major field in which one has earned a degree: white for art, literature and humanities, copper for economics, pink for music, yellow for science, and so forth. The silk lining of the robes shows the institution's colors. Bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees are indicated by different lengths of hoods and different designations of robes. Above all, the solemnity of the accomplishments of the class of 2022 remains. You are soon to be graduates of this school, and that accomplishment commands attention in this smaller audience tonight, in addition to commencement tomorrow. This evening, we will hear a performance from the Troublemakers, celebrate some of the accomplishments of this class. You will hear from your senior speaker, Leo Jimenez. And from our faculty speaker, Ms. Meredith Salmon. And they will share their thoughts about you, your journey, and their experience here at this penultimate gathering of the class of 2022. We've gone green, so you need a QR code. Even the head of school needs a QR code. And if you had your QR code, you'd know that next we are going to be addressed by the co-presidents of the student body, Myra Charles and John Hughes. We call him Jack.
Frequently wearing a wry smile, always supporting his peers and consistently seizing opportunities to engage Petty. This relatively quiet classmate of ours has been chosen by his classmates to deliver this year's senior speaker address.
Perhaps it is fitting that someone who has spent even more than 4 years of his life at Petty can help us reflect on the time we have spent at our cherished school. It is my privilege to introduce one of my best friends, Leo Jimenez.
Welcome, friends, family, faculty, and of course, the class of 22. We made it to our baccalaureate despite the very big mountain we all had to climb to arrive at this moment together. I am Leo Jimenez, a proud and pretty ecstatic member of the graduating class. Before I go any further, I would like to apologize if I'm looking rather small up here. I was going to call Dante, get a little pump beforehand, but I wanted to look like I knew what I was doing up here, so I looked over the speech instead. Dante, still feel free to crank out some push-ups in the aisle. I am sure that baccalaureate has a long and meaningful tradition behind it, but I would defer to our fearless leader, Mr. Quinn, to explain it. It is essential and an absolute criterion for graduation that he be given one last chance to find a way that he can insert his most famous catchphrase. What was it again? We finish our labors to begin them anew. Well, guess what, class of 22? It is time to take a bit of a break, to stop our labors, for it is time to celebrate each and every one of us. About 3 months ago, the senior class received an email from none other than Mr. McClellan that we would be having a senior meeting. To my surprise, he greeted us with "Hello, seniors," rather than his customary salutation of "Greetings, lambs" that I was expecting. Mr. McClellan ended that meeting looking for someone to give the speech at baccalaureate. Half of my brain was thinking that this is something I could possibly see myself doing. The other half was thinking what I believe we were all thinking at that moment. Wow, Mr. McClellan, that is one killer mustache. I am not sure if Mr. McClellan will still be rocking it by the time I give this speech, but for those who know what I am talking about, it was glorious. One of the greatest injustices of this pandemic is that it was hidden under his mask for so long. He described the speaker as someone unexpected, perhaps someone quiet that would not come immediately to mind, and maybe, just maybe, someone that might get a few laughs. That seems to be how my friends and family describe me. In fact, it is a running joke in my family that Jimmy O'Neill and I are the perfect pair because I do not say much, and well, Jimmy has a lot to say about a lot of things. So here I am giving this speech, and Jimmy, we all love you. We know you would have done an amazing job giving this speech, and you could have shared anecdote after anecdote, but buddy, it's only supposed to be a few minutes. So like I said, here I am, and Jimmy, there you are. My job is to reflect on our 4 years at Petty, so it seems reasonable to start at our beginning, our freshman year. I'm not sure I should or want to relive this particular moment, but enough years have passed, and the time has come. This moment was our freshman musical, Peter Pan. I played Nana, the dog. To those who saw the musical or actually participated in it, you know it was certainly unforgettable. It just may have been the worst freshman musical in recent history. After 4 years, I still do not think I'm ready to talk about the dress rehearsal. Our freshman musical was certainly special, and we showcased our many talents, like the never-seen-before rap by Ayush Yushi Boy Chopra. Yushi Boy's career came full circle when he performed a revolutionary rendition of God's Plan. We all knew he was a star from the start with that Captain Hook performance. When Dr. Venanzi's daughter said the dog made her laugh, it made crawling on the floor on all fours, going woof, woof, all worth it. You are welcome. It may not have been the most outstanding production, but our class certainly made an impression on Petty from the start. What I do know is that I seem to reach the pinnacle of my acting potential as a dog, and I never participated in another Petty production again. And they have gotten better and better ever since. Coincidence? I say not. During our freshman year, there are many things that we as a class learned, both inside and out of the classroom, as we adjusted to becoming Petty students. For one, referring to yourself as skater gang is perhaps a fast way to make friends, but certainly a questionable choice. I was always waiting for the revival of Skater Gang, which unfortunately never happened. Inside the classroom, one of the most valuable lessons we learned in chemistry is that it is ill-advised to blow on iodine as it shoots up into your eye. As much as we have all been tempted to pull the emergency shower just to be an absolute menace, you never really want to be in a situation where you actually have to use it. Nice work, Abby. Sophomore year was a blur. Not surprisingly, really, as sophomore year is known for, well, nothing. It is simply known and understood as the most uneventful year of high school. Despite this, our class would prevail with some indelible memories from that year. One such moment is the infamous Ben Tracy Chapel talk. I was thinking about sending him a tweet inviting him to graduation so he can see how great we're all doing. I heard he is quite active on Twitter. Perhaps sophomore year is such a blur because our spring term kind of got lopped off. It was March of 2020 after all. I know that you've all heard enough about COVID to last you a lifetime, but we cannot do a class of 22 retrospective without including the derailment of our junior year. We were home and in class behind the screen of our computers. I feel I can speak for everyone on how absolutely sick we were of Zoom. I'm sure we all have a good online learning story despite how difficult it was and how much we would prefer to be together in person. For me, I moved the desk from my room downstairs as my bed was too much of a temptation. We moved the desk into the little corner of the foyer of the house. As it would turn out, the downstairs bathroom was directly behind my desk. Even though no one said a word, I could see the weird looks. My brother Benny would purposely use the bathroom behind me while I was in class, despite there being plenty of other bathrooms in the house. 3, in fact. What was pretty awkward at the time makes me laugh now. There was another time while I was on Zoom that my sister Juliet took some pots and pans to play some music outside. No, my sister is not 5. She was doing this as part of her freshman music foundations project. I did not know that at the time and thought it was something new she was trying out. As a concerned brother, I was thinking, oh God, this pandemic has done more in number on her than I had thought. Online learning was not always fun, especially the breakout rooms, which were often moments of complete and total awkward silence. There was one time in my 8-push class, after a breakout room of absolutely zero intelligent conversation, when someone put a comment in the chat meant to be sent to a classmate. Unfortunately, it was sent to the whole class. It quite literally said, "My group talked about nothing." I still wonder if Mr. Treese read that line in the chat, because he did not say a word. But these were desperate times after all. Thankfully, we have been back in person for our last and final senior year. We began our labors anew, and in the last few weeks, each of us turned into assassins. I must say, it is pretty impressive that Alessia, who was on crutches, was able to get someone out first. Ron Ulysses, aka the Bulldog, was caught seriously lacking. Other seniors like to play an even more dangerous game, something we like to call, how many parking violations can you get before security tows your car back to the athletic center? Even though there is a level of uncertainty that remains as we work to fully come out of the pandemic, I do think that our senior class has been different than so many others. For us, there's a profound gratitude that we can be together, something that I do not take for granted. I'm thankful that I'm surrounded by such a great class that was able to bring back the spirit that makes Petty such an amazing place to learn and a place that feels like home. I'm thankful that I was able to come to a school like Petty, but I'm especially thankful for the class of 22. I was not able to name everyone tonight, but I know you are probably sitting there and thinking about some of your own funny anecdotes and memories, or at least I hope so. Think about those moments and cherish them. We did it, and each and every one of us deserve this moment. Alla viva and congratulations.
Thank you, troublemakers. Meredith Salmon joined the Petty faculty in September 2014 as a member of the Science Department, having completed her bachelor's degrees at Bloomsburg University as, and I quote from one of her professors, quote, a top scholar and role model who not only brings an extraordinary list of activities and accomplishments in and out of the classroom, but who is friendly, considerate, humble, open-minded, caring, upbeat, and extremely poised, unquote. Indeed, this letter foretold vividly and precisely the teacher, advisor, coach, dorm supervisor, colleague, friend, and continuing education champion Meredith has been at Petty. Petty's motto asks us always to begin anew, and Meredith has lived the spirit and the letter of that charge, joyously and ambitiously enhancing her scientific expertise and her pedagogical success through summer programs off campus and around the world, sharing generously all of her lessons when she returns. One example of her creative teaching from her biology class, without warning, students would arrive to find the door locked. After meeting them in the hall, issuing goggles and safety warnings, Meredith brings early Earth to life in her classroom, a room transformed into pre-human Earth, where they are surrounded by fog and flashing lights, hear the sounds of explosions, and encounter a pool of chemicals, which is really an inflatable pool of pom-poms. It's a fabulous experience they don't forget. Ms. Salmon leaves Petty with this class to pursue a career in and a family inclination towards active and courageous government service. She is a shining example of someone who strives for the highest quality of citizenship and has offered an example we all can follow. With gratitude, thanks, and pride, we welcome her to speak tonight.
Wow. Seniors, happy baccalaureate. I actually need to ask the seniors a favor really briefly. If you could just stand for a second. If you're able to, I would appreciate if you could just stand. Everybody else, I need you to give this group of amazing students a roaring round of applause. You can still stand if you want. No, I'm just kidding. Just sit. Just sit. Petty Class of 2022, your graduation weekend has finally arrived, and I offer my sincerest congratulations to each and every one of you. Although this is your baccalaureate ceremony tonight, I ask that you take a moment to thank the countless individuals who have supported you over your fantastic Petty careers. Your friends and family, Petty community, and classmates have inspired you day in and day out. Technically, it is their graduation celebration as well. Sorry, seniors. And they've been cheering for you since day one. They are so incredibly proud, and I think that they too deserve a round of applause. So let's hear it for them as well. Seniors, the time has come, and let me tell you, it has not been dull. Tomorrow, you will be graduating from one of the finest academic institutions in the world, the Petty School of Excellence. There we go. Yeah, that's right. It has been both an unforgettable and truly unpredictable road for everyone, but I'm excited and very proud to be sharing this special occasion with your class. As you go forth to begin your labors anew, I too will be embarking on a new adventure since you have inspired me to step outside my comfort zone and strive for the highest quality of citizenship. If you think about it, you've really only had one conventional year of high school, freshman year. And let's be honest, nothing is ever conventional about ninth graders. A majority of you arrived on campus in August 2018, and for some of you, it was the first time being away on your own. You participated in preseason and POCO, maybe learned to play a new sport in the fall, experienced your first Blair Day, performed in Peter Pan, the freshman musical, and competed in the freshman games. You successfully completed your first year at Petty, and when you returned in the fall of 2019, your class was ready to rule the school as 10th graders. We started the 2019-2020 school year, and everyone was beginning to hit their stride and figure out the ins and outs of sophomore year. I'd say that your class was doing pretty great fall and winter term. You crushed pep rally, tied Blair Day, shared lots of laughs and delicious dorm foods on Master's Thirds, learned all about the natural world in biology and marine science, and performed on stage in 1776. Before we knew it, it was time to depart campus for spring break, and then our entire world changed. In the spring of 2020, the decision was made to initially delay our campus return by just 1 week. Remote classes began on March 16, 2020, and I specifically remember being in the science department faculty lounge with my science department colleagues, and we were trying to prepare in advance for online learning. But we thought we were such overachievers because we devised a plan for just a little over 2 weeks of online learning, thinking that there would be no way we needed more. Yikes, we were wrong. Little did we know that the entire world would be completely disrupted and your high school career would be flipped entirely upside down. The Petty community modified, adjusted, pivoted, reinvented, you name it, we did it. Everyone shifted their entire approach and quickly became acquainted with remote learning. Zoom became our primary mode of communication, and somehow, some way, we made it work. In my biology classes, everyone was eager to share their unique Zoom backgrounds and filters. Many pets made special guest appearances in class, and you all mastered the fine art of Kahoot. You all learned what it meant to be really, really good sports. Seniors, you were forced to reinvent your schooling, your relationships, and frankly, your entire lifestyles. And I want to tell you how impressed I am with your class. Thank you for your continued resiliency, grit, and sense of humor. Somehow, we completed sophomore spring, left for summer, and started the fall of 2020. To be honest, I think I blocked your entire junior year out of my memory. Sorry, again, seniors, sorry. But I can tell you one thing for sure was that we did it. Last year was wild, but we made it, and now we're here celebrating the class of 2022. Your final year at Petty was reinvigorated with many Petty traditions that we've all come to know and love. We were very lucky to be in person to experience these together. You were all part of the first annual Blue and Gold Games this fall, another Blair Day, the deck contest, Geiger Reeves speaking contest, EXP night, outstanding art shows, excellent summer SIG presentations, and Heads Day. Petty Girls Soccer, yes, PGS, shut down Pennington in its first scoreless tie since September 2004. Petty Girls Golf, oh yeah, there we go. We can clap it out for PGS. Okay, all right. Petty Girls Golf captured their first ever Mercer County title. There we go. And Petty Girls and Boys Crew had impressive performances at the 95th Stotesbury Cup Regatta. Yeah, there we go. Petty Robotics ranked #1 in regionals and won every event they competed in before going to Worlds. Okay. And all our other teams and groups on campus experienced their own triumphs. We were able to offer Broadway trips alongside of some outstanding art performances such as Into the Woods, Honors Theater, music concerts, senior recitals, and both the fall and spring plays. We can clap for them. On Thursday evening, you all got dressed up and celebrated the end of your Petty career by shredding the dance floor at prom. And thankfully, no one ended up breaking that enormous, expensive chandelier. During your time here, you've established yourself in and out of the classroom as talented scholars, athletes, actors, musicians, activists, concerned citizens, leaders, and have positively influenced this community in countless ways. Now, it's Petty's turn to share your amazing talents with the rest of the world. Over the past 4 years, I have had the distinct pleasure of working with you, learning alongside you, and being profoundly impacted by your class. You see, I came to Petty 8 years ago, right out of college, and I had no idea, I repeat, no idea what I was getting myself into. Who knew? that I would ever have to get my commercial driver's license so that I could be lucky enough to drive a petty bus. As a biology teacher, soccer and basketball coach, and dorm supervisor, I was under the impression that I was here to encourage students to develop an interest in the sciences. I didn't expect to be immersed in a supportive community comprised of some pretty awesome colleagues who are now close friends, as well as remarkable teenagers. I quickly learned that the students that I was trying to inspire ended up inspiring me. Seniors, the way you handled your unprecedented high school career has taught me the importance of flexibility and patience. The way you consistently showed up for one another and supported your peers in all aspects of campus life has taught me to value and appreciate kindness and friendships. You have continually challenged me to stretch my ways of thinking. You motivated me to learn new scientific disciplines by energizing me to conduct field and laboratory research during the summer months. Petty seniors, like you, I am about to embark on a new chapter in my life because you taught me to fully embrace the unknown, face a challenge head-on, and to never stop learning. Class of 2022, it is our time to leave this unique community and to continue to explore, grow, take chances, make mistakes, and then take even more chances. But truthfully, that is no different than what we have already done at Petty. We must hold fast to everything that we've learned during our time here because we are going to need it to make our marks in the world. A lot of opportunity and adventure lies ahead, but we are prepared for this exciting new journey. So tomorrow, it is your and tonight, let's be real, it is your time to shine, celebrate, and be proud of everything you've accomplished at Petty. But before you go, I have a special parting gift for your class. I've taken the liberty of crunching some numbers to highlight all your efforts and work here at Petty. Believe it or not, over the course of your high school career, you've written 1,864 papers, completed 2,022 projects, taken 17 billion tests, 3.2 trillion quizzes, and attended 1 million Saturday classes. Clearly, I have no idea what the real stats are, but I can tell you one thing is that you've worked really, really hard. So give it up for yourselves. And for the record, seniors, that work doesn't end here, so get ready. Before you leave, I thought it would be fitting for one final 3-question quiz. Surprise. I will read each question one at a time, and I would like you to respond as a whole class. So, of course, one of the questions has to be a bio question. So don't let me down. All right, I want you all to answer as a group. So, what is the powerhouse of the cell? There we go. What is it? I love it. Okay, 1 out of 1. Excellent. Or 1 out of 3, I guess. All right, let's go 2 for 2. Go Petty beat who? And then last, seniors. How many? Oh, there, yeah. I love it. You're close. Seniors, how many days till graduation? 1. There we go. Excellent. I think we should just give them their diplomas now. Petty Falcons, I ask you to remember 3 things once you leave this place. Remember to be bold, be brave, and most importantly, just be kind. Class of 2022, thank you, congratulations, and alla viva always.
Thank you, Meredith, and good luck. Dr. Martin, please come forward to recognize cum laude.
Thank you, Mr. Headmaster. Without having programs around, we're adjusting to the new world, and me as an old horse is trying to do the same. Cum laude is the Petty chapter of an honor society equivalent of the Phi Beta Kappa at the college level. Our initiation of new members was held last week in chapel, but we would like to recognize the new members of cum laude this evening. What I will do is read their names. I'll ask each new member to please stand as your name is read, and I ask the audience to please withhold your applause until the list is done. Arjun Agrawal, Win Chavapolkan, Hibiscus Chen, Louisa Chevris, Ava Chan, Joseph DeCola, Catherine DeVenti, Azia Gatchamago-Medova, Carol Guh, Michael Hua, Jessica Hui, Tony Jia, Louis Lehman, Nyla Lee, Kyra Lochran, page 2, Emily Mu, Priyanka Nanaka, I'm having trouble with this one, Naniakara. The light's bad up here. Michael Palumbo, Andy Wren, Alexis Tam, Amber Wang, Roger Weng, Emmy Xu, Kathleen Zhang, Christopher Zhou, and Richard Zhu. Congratulations to you.
Hello, and congratulations to you all. I am Alan Michaels, Chair of the Arts Department. A number of prizes and awards were handed out to the class of 2022 this past week during an all-school chapel. This evening, we will begin the awarding of department prizes, beginning with the arts. This joyful artist brought an equal measure of enthusiasm and care to her daily practice as she did when performing to audiences. A master of 2 instruments, flute and piano, this outstanding musician led by example in each of her many collaborative endeavors and was the secret sauce in Petty's Pit Band. Her orchestra mates call her amazing and inspirational, and one said, "I hope to be a person like her." It was a memorable event for those who attended her art signature recital, and her piano concerto performance at the spring concert placed an exclamation point on a most impressive high school tenure. The Arts Department Prize proudly awards its highest prize to the great Yaji Jennifer Ma.
Good evening. My name is Thad Lepsio, and I proudly serve as the Director of Athletics. On behalf of the coaches, trainers, and staff, I want to congratulate the Petty class of 2022. The John J. Wynant class of 1941 Cups are awarded to the boy and girl in either the junior or senior class who have qualified by earning at least 2 varsity letters during the school year and who, in the judgment of a committee of the faculty, excel in scholarship and athletic ability. Our first recipient was a 12-season varsity athlete, not a typo. Over her career, she was recognized on multiple All-Maple and All-State teams in soccer and track, while also qualifying for the Indoor Track National Championship. Elected by her peers as captain on multiple teams, she will continue her academic and athletic career at Johns Hopkins University. I am honored to present the John Wynant Class of 1941 Cup to Alessia Cadella. While only a member of the Petty community for 2 years, the next Wynant recipient has left his mark on the football field, on the track, and in the theater. An all-Maple academic recipient, this recipient will take his talents this fall to Princeton. I am honored to present the John J. Wynant Class of 1941 Cup to Jaden Wedderburn.
Hi, I'm Matthew Roach, here to present an award on behalf of the English Department. The Fred Rager Class of 1944 Prize for Excellence in English. The department's highest prize is awarded to that senior whose work has been especially marked by sophistication, clarity, and vigor. Richard Zhu is a brilliant and intellectually curious, industrious, and creative student. He's an astute leader of discourse, listening carefully and offering measured and sophisticated arguments about literature. Richard is also a remarkable poet, producing work that is quite literally incisive. His poems often slice open the human body and our society, exposing inner flaws, vulnerabilities, and injustices. For his tremendous and relentless excellence in English, this year's Rager Prize goes to Richard Zhu.
Buenas noches, everyone. Before I start my award, I would like to congratulate all the Real Madrid fans on the floor. Job today. I know. All right. The Language Department Award is given each year to a student who has completed successfully higher levels in one or more languages taught at Petty. This year's recipient demonstrated a deep appreciation of the study of Spanish and used it to bring awareness to the situation of the more vulnerable in DR. Her enthusiasm was an inspiration to her peers. She was a remarkable cultural ambassador in our admission events, and her participation in the signature programming languages and the Latinx affinity group will be remembered. For her accomplishment this year, the Language Department is pleased to award this prize to Señorita Alexa Tejada.
Good evening. I'm Lynn Baratoni, giving a prize on behalf of the History Department, but you knew that. Awarded to that student whose work in the field of history has been of unusually high quality, as well as the showing of some degree of originality, the student should have demonstrated those qualities of clarity of thought and integrity of purpose that characterized the late Dr. Marabou's distinguished teaching career here at Petty. This is the department's highest award, the Dr. William H. Marabou Award. Each teacher who has worked with this student commented on his love of history, His ability to synthesize information and make wide-ranging connections between historical events, ideas, current events, and popular culture. In addition, he is able to make connections between disciplines, as he recently demonstrated his clear understanding of jet dynamics, to use common objects to explain Maverick's spiral into the Pacific, which culminates in one of the saddest scenes in Top Gun. I argue the saddest, but others do not. He is funny, supportive of his peers, and a wonderful student to have in class. The History Department is happy to bestow this award on Joe DeCola.
I'm Mark Buckner, Chair of the Math Department. Thank you. The Hornberger Prize in Mathematics is awarded to that student who, in the judgment of the faculty of the Mathematics Department, has done the most outstanding work within the department over the course of their career at Petty. The winner is chosen for their true enjoyment of the subject, generosity of spirit, contributions to the classroom experience, leadership, and success as demonstrated both inside and outside the classroom. It is the highest prize awarded by the department. Our recipient began his career as a freshman in BC Calculus and continued to excel throughout his time at Petty. By the end of this academic year, he will have completed with distinction almost every mathematics course available to him, including multivariable calculus, linear algebra, calculus-based statistics, 3 years of computer science study, and 2 independent projects in math. The first independent project during his junior year was a full-year project. During the fall and winter, he worked to complete a paper on the topic of elliptic curves. I know how interested you all are right now. The deep mathematics behind much of modern cryptography. In the end, he co-authored a paper with a professor from Williams College and presented his work to the Petty Math Department, even though it was over most of our heads. In the spring, he worked through the MIT course in number theory, working essentially on his own. This spring, he worked through a university-level text covering differential equations because, quote, I just think I should know more about this topic before going to college. Our winner is a creative problem solver whose passion for mathematics shines when he is tackling theory and proofs. His ability to extend past knowledge to new contexts and make connections across his coursework allows him to craft elegant solutions to challenging problems. The recipient of the Hornberger Prize in Mathematics is Roger Wang.
I'm Jennifer Morgan, the chair of the Science Department. The Science Prize is presented to that graduating senior who, in the judgment of the Science Department faculty, combines to the greatest degree the following attributes: outstanding achievement in science courses taken at Petty, insight into the ideas and concepts of science, excellent laboratory skills, and a genuine interest in and enthusiasm for the sciences. The winner of the Science Prize is already a published author before graduation due to his research in bioinformatics. He advocated for environmental change as a sophomore as he helped present to the Hightstown Environmental Commission about why the town should ban single-use plastics. He led both the Medicine at Petty Club and the Petty Environmental Sustainability Team. He mentored 8 students as they wrote and published scientific review articles on neuroscience. created and led an online genetics engineering week that was well attended by his peers, a finalist in the U.S. National Chemistry Olympiad and a semifinalist in 2 USA Biology Olympiads, performed to the highest standard in all his AP and honor science courses. And throughout it all, he continued to be generous with his time, helped to excite his peers as he shared his love of science with them, and always displayed kindness to anyone he talked to. The Science Department is pleased to award their prize to Richard Zhu.
Now it's time for us to join in singing the alma mater, the words to which are found in your QR code program. So open that baby up, and you won't follow the bouncing ball, just follow the words. This is never a song that we sing sitting, so please stand. We have music. Do we have music?
As we prepare to leave this evening, let us be ever mindful of our blessings. Let us be also mindful of how we receive these blessings, how we live as blessings. And may the hand of the divine follow all of us, but particularly these young people, and may these blessings multiply. Go in peace.